Before us, the world was not empty. Long before cities, kingdoms, and written history, another kind of human walked across the cold lands of Ice Age Europe. They were not animals. They were not monsters. They were humans. They made tools. They controlled fire. They hunted large animals. They cared for their families. And in many ways, they were stronger than us. We call them Neanderthals. Their bodies were built for a colder world. They were shorter, wider, and more muscular than modern humans. Their bones were thick. Their chests were powerful. Their hands were strong. In the frozen landscapes of the Ice Age, that body was an advantage. A Neanderthal could survive cold temperatures, track animals across snow, and hunt at close range with dangerous weapons made from stone and wood. They understood the land. They knew where animals moved. They knew how to read footprints, broken branches, and changes in the ground. They were not simple. They were skilled survivors. For hundreds of thousands of years, Neanderthals lived across Europe and parts of Western Asia. Then something changed. Another human group entered the same world. Homo sapiens. That means us. At first, this may not have looked like a dramatic invasion. It was not one giant battle. It was not one day when Neanderthals suddenly disappeared. Instead, it was a slow pressure. Two human species were now living in overlapping lands. They needed many of the same things. The same animals. The same caves. The same shelters. The same firewood. The same safe places to raise children. And at the same time, the climate was changing. Cold periods became harsher. Food became harder to find. Animal herds moved. Some hunting grounds became less reliable. For small groups, this was dangerous. Neanderthals often lived in smaller, more isolated communities. A small group can survive for a long time, but it has one major weakness. If something goes wrong, there are fewer people to help. Fewer hunters, fewer partners, fewer families, fewer chances to share tools, ideas, and information. Homo sapiens may not have been stronger body by body, but they may have had something else. Larger networks. Groups could connect with other groups. They could exchange tools. They could share knowledge. They could find mates from farther away. They could spread new ideas faster. One group could learn from another. One camp could survive because another camp had information. One invention could travel across a much larger human network. That kind of connection is powerful. Strength helps you survive one hunt. But connection helps your species survive a changing world. And that may be the real reason Neanderthals vanished. Not because they were stupid. Not because they were weak. Not because they were less human. But because they faced too much pressure at the same time. A changing climate. Less food. Smaller groups. More isolation. And a new human species with wider social networks. Over many generations, their numbers may have slowly fallen. Some groups disappeared. Some groups were absorbed. Some met Homo sapiens. And some had children with them. This is where the story becomes stranger. Neanderthals did not fully vanish. A part of them survived inside us. Many people alive today carry small amounts of Neanderthal DNA. That means their story did not end in an empty cave. It continued quietly, hidden in the bodies of their descendants. They disappeared as a separate human species. But not completely. Their world is gone. Their fires are gone. Their voices are gone. But traces of them remain. In our genes, in our history, and in the deep memory of what humans used to be. So maybe the question is not only, why did Neanderthals disappear? Maybe the real question is this: how much of them is still with us? The stronger humans we forgot were never entirely gone. Narrator.